Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. And in this video we're going to take a look at the Iron Man Mark 70 from the controller Build-A-Figure Wave. But there isn't a Build-A-Figure piece in this box, so we're just going to look at the figure itself. Now, as I said, this is Mark 70. Now this is a relatively new suit of armour. Comes with two closed fist hands. He also comes with two kind of blast effect pieces, and he comes with two of these kind of smoke effect pieces that we're getting a lot more regularly now. We're getting these in quite a few. I think Ironheart was the first time I saw him. But this is the Mark 70 Iron Man, and as I said, it is a relatively new armour. It only debuted in the comics in 2020. And they've done a really stand-up job with this particular piece. It's pinless and it's just cool. Looks like it does in the comic books. I love these big, the big kind of arc reactor looking things on the suit. And what's really interesting is these blast effect hands have got a pivot in them, which is, you know, we've not seen that before. Normally, you'll get the blast effect hands, which are kind of stuck at a right angle, and you have your closed fist hands, whereas these ones have a little pivot in them. So when you have them down by the side, you can actually make the hands kind of point downwards, which is a really nice change. It's something that I'm really pleased that they changed. It was something I really disliked about the effect blast hands. So having that little bit of articulation in them is a really nice touch. What can I say about this suit? So as I said, it debuted in the comics in 2020, so it's still relatively new. And essentially, the kind of history behind it, without giving too much away, is it's when Tony Stark kind of stripped everything back and he just restored a single kind of old suit. So that's why it looks a little bit retro, but it's not. It's a new suit, and especially new in the comics. It actually ties into the Null story as well, with Venom and symbiotes, and I wonder if down the line we are going to see the symbiote Iron Man suit that we saw in the comic books. I can't remember what they called it. I think there was some kind of extremis or extreme biote. I think extreme biote. That sounds right. Yeah. All right. That's my bet though. That we're going to get the extreme biote suit further down the line. Now that we've got this Mark 70. But as you can see in the video, I'm just playing around. The effect pieces can go into the feet, they can go into the hands, and they look cool. I mean, I don't display mine with the effect pieces. I do use them when I take pictures and stuff, but ordinarily when I'm doing a display, I just kind of have them on the shelf, almost like a kind of a hall of armour. But annoyingly, this one wouldn't really fit into a hall of armour because in the storybook, he's only got this one. But I'm going to ignore that, and I'll put it with all my other Iron Man suits. Speaking of other Iron Men, let's pull in a few of the more recent ones. So straight away, let's get in the 20th anniversary one and the 80 years one. Two very cool suits. We've also got the artificial intelligence one with a hologram head, and we got the modular one as well, which we got recently. As you can see here, the Mark 70 kind of stands out as very different, but at the same token falls in line very similar and doesn't look out of place. He's got different feet, different boots. I love the thigh kind of mechanical pieces on the thighs and the shoulders. I really like the design of the mask. I think if I had any criticism, it would be maybe to have made the gold pieces a little bit more gold, like the 80th anniversary one. That would have been nice, and I think it would have set it off a little bit more. But everything about this Iron Man figure is a new mould from what I can tell. I can't see any reused pieces on this whatsoever. So it's a completely new sculpt, and it's definitely worth picking up. Especially if you've read that the more recent Iron Man story arc with this particular suit in, it's definitely one that's worth having on your collection because it's a cool story, especially if you're a fan of symbiotes and stuff like that, because it ties in with that. And yeah, I honestly think that we're going to get the extreme biote suit. I'm not going to tell you why, but if you read the comic books, then you might understand why I'm thinking that might be one of the ones that's coming next. But the articulation is really cool in it. It's pinless, comes with a bunch of accessories. As I said, there isn't a Build-A-Figure piece in with this figure, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's definitely a contender for figure of the wave behind the Thor. I think Thor is the best one in the wave so far, closely followed by this Iron Man. And I think they look really cool. I should have got the Thor to stand them next to each other, but running out of time now because this is a 5-minute figure review. So do go and check out my channel for some of the other figure reviews that I've done. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do like, share, subscribe, and all of those things. And yeah, Mark 70, really awesome figure. Catch you soon.